Thank you very much, everyone. We just moved behind closed doors to consider a confidential attachment which went to the valuation on leasing arrangements for this item. And we have now had that discussion. And just to provide a bit of an update, we have discussed the fact that the Kids Galore lease is very much tied to a transitional arrangement where we are no longer able to lease this property to anyone other than Kids Galore, given that we're in a transitional arrangement to return this land back to Parks and Recreation, which is its rightful zoning and also encumbered by a deed of trust. This is an arrangement that was accepted and approved by the Attorney General, and therefore this is not an open commercial process where we can open up this building for commercial use beyond this particular tenant and beyond the 5-year period. It is the hope of the Vincent Council that Kids Galore can find a new home and move to that as quickly as possible. And this arrangement is really in place to ensure, though, that they have some surety over that transitional period so that their service is not impacted. We know this is an important service for our community, a very much very popular and well-loved childcare centre within our community who, through no fault of their own, accepted a commercial lease with the City of Vincent before there was really a thorough investigation of whether that process should have happened. So we have come to this agreement in relation to the 5-year term of the lease. There can be no further extension. That's something that is clear in the leasing arrangement and which is clear from our correspondence with the Attorney General, and both parties are accepting of this transitional arrangement. And once we move through this, we will be able to return fully the park to the local community for Parks and Recreation. And there's a transitional period where we'll start to return part of the park to that, to the community earlier than this particular half of the park, which where Kids Galore are occupying the building. So is there any further comments for those who haven't yet spoken that wanted to add? Okay, then I'll put the motion. All those in favour? I declare that carried unanimously. So apologies, I'll do the vote again. All those in favour? All those against? Councillor Wallace has voted against. My apologies, Councillor Wallace. Okay, so that concludes items of business for this evening. So item 13, motions of which notice has been given, there are nil. Questions by members of which due notice has been given, there are nil. Representations on committees and public bodies. We're just noting that Councillor Fotakis would like to represent the city on the live music committee. Did we need a mover and seconder to?
No, we did that on, that's an item we've already.
Oh, so sorry. I see we did have that discussion about moving it into an item, and that was item at 12.11, which has been adopted en bloc. Thank you, Councillor Fotakis. Urgent business, there is nil, and confidential items have been moved en bloc. That was item 17.2 and 17.3, with item 17.1 being withdrawn by administration. So that means that we will conclude the meeting. Thank you all for joining us this evening, and I'll declare the meeting closed at 7:57 p.m.